So, my friends, let me ask you here a very important question. The word achievement. What comes to your mind when you hear the word achievement? And if you have an answer, raise your hands using the Zoom application. Just put your hands up. So let me go to Rania Jamal. Rania, what do you think? What does achievement bring up in your mind?
Having the opportunity to win in something like lottery, or maybe winning something I wish to.
Okay, and so winning is related to achievement for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
related maybe to aims and goals.
Okay, and
I put aim or goal, then I tend to achieve that. Then it ends up being an achievement for me.
Okay, wonderful. So, are you a kind of a competitive person? Like you go, you join competitions and you try to win things and.
Well, I like challenges. I like to go through this.
Okay.
Whatever happens.
Lovely. Okay, wonderful. So, can you tell me about a challenge that you faced in your life?
Okay, but as a teacher.
Okay.
I don't. So I wasn't intended to be a teacher at all. Then what happened to me is, yes, I became suddenly, I have to face and I have to make this, and I have to challenge myself. I have to work more on myself. So I started 3 years ago. Wow. And I started working well on myself, and I put it as a goal, okay, in front of me. And I started achieving this.
I love that. Okay, thank you so much. Let me go to Sumaya Hamdi. Sumaya, what about you? What comes to your mind when we say achievement?
I think to get my goals.
And are you this kind of person that pursues her goal and tries to achieve them?
Sorry, again?
Are you this kind of person who chases her goals?
To chase someone?
No, not someone, no. No, that would be crazy. No, I mean, chasing your goals. I mean, pursuing your goals.
My goals. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're that person.
Yes.
So can you tell me about one of the things that you consider a personal achievement for yourself?
To be more confident, it's an achievement for me. To speak in front of people, because I'm a little bit confident, I think. So when I be successful in this, it would be a good achievement for me.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, speaking in front of people is not that easy. Some people say that there are two things that human beings hate: death and presentations. Because presentations are really difficult, right? But thank you. One last comment. Let me go to Amr Barakat. Amr, what is achievement for you, my friend?
Hello, Dr. Shay. How are you doing?
Hi, fine, my friend.
I think achievement means every successful matters is that we seek towards that to reach our stars. For example, one of the most achievements that I seek towards it is to teach to kids. And I think that's impossible for me because I think we as men have no pressure to teach to kids.
Well,
so I do my best to teach to kids. 2 months ago,
yeah.
Regarding our sessions and the sessions that I taught from you and from the tutors, I think that was a good experience for me to do that.
Yeah, however, you know, most of the sessions were designed to teaching adults. I believe that teaching young learners needs a lot of skills, of course. I mean, it's yeah.
But I'm talking about the TPs about elementary students.
You're not talking about the, oh, yeah.
And grading my language. And so actually that was very fruitful for me.
Thank you so much. Right. Okay. Now, I guess it is obvious to you the topic that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about achievements. So, my friends, let me show you a very interesting list that is related to achievements. Just give me 1 second. I'll share the screen. And here we are, my friends. Right. And it says, talk about achievement you find amazing, right? Good. And as you see here, my friends, we've got a list. Like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 categories related to achievements. Let's read category number 1. And it says here, the invention of an important piece of technology. The invention of an important piece of technology. And there is an example here, which is the invention of the aeroplane. Now, what kind of achievement would you like to write here next to the invention of an important piece of technology? Raise your hands if you have a good example. An invention of an important piece of technology. And you think for you that this is a great achievement. Raise your hands if you have an answer using Zoom application. Right, let me go to Hana Al-Assel. What do you think, Hana?
I think phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an obvious one for everyone. Yeah, it's allowed us to, connect with each other. Obviously, the internet. I mean, internet is more important than phones. It's just the device that we use to access the internet. So I'd say the internet. Yeah.
Okay. I'll write down that. Okay. So the internet, my friends. Right. So now, so your friend said the internet. That's what I want you to think about on your own. I'm going to send you this handout. And I want your personal opinion. Which invention or which achievement would you like to add next to each category? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Let's do this, my friends. I'll send you this to your WhatsApp group. Let's do that. Take your time, and I want you to answer the question. Once you're ready, raise your hands. Okay, right. So, now, my friends, don't worry if you haven't come up with an example for each. Now it is time for you to go to your rooms. I'll send you to breakout rooms, and I want you to discuss with your partners all the examples you gave for the different achievements. Now, I want you to discuss with your friends first why he wrote, this achievement. What's the reason? Second, is it an achievement of one person, or is it a collective achievement of human work? Is it something that humanity came up with, or is it a particular achievement of someone? So I'll send you to breakout rooms. Now let me ask my friend Shinoda. So Shinoda, how many areas will you discuss with your partners? Number 1?
What is the word? And it's for a person or a group who has already invented.
Good. And why they wrote this achievement. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Let's go to breakout rooms. Let me do this. Okay, let's have 3 per room. Off you go. Amira, Sumaya Hamdi, please join your friends in the breakout rooms. Amira, you need to join your friends in the breakout rooms. Amira Muhammad.
Recording in progress.
Yes. What about you, Fatima? What have you writing?
I haven't write something here, but the internet, yeah, we can get look it up. Especially, also it's not a mean of interest or something. Yeah, people work there.
Yeah, I have the same answer also about the internet. So
Yeah.
yeah, for the same reason. We have also Abdurrahman. Hello, Abdurrahman. Are you here?
Hello, Ismail. Hello, Ayat. Hello, Fatima.
Hello, how are you? What did you write for number one?
For number one,
Yeah.
I think Dr. Shani said that before, the internet.
Okay, so we can start with two then. For the basic scientific advances that we couldn't live without.
For me, I wrote the DNA.
Okay, that's nice. And why did you choose them?
I think nowadays it's so important because it helps many people, or the police, or helps in many different fields.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have any idea who first discovered the DNA? Because I don't know. Or I don't know. What you guys think?
It helps, especially in in
Recording in progress.
Yes.
We are talking about a specific scientist, so I don't recall his name, but so that's why I think
It's personal.
yes.
So can you name it again, please?
A medication for sugary. I don't know
Yes,
what
yeah.
scientific
Yeah.
for the medication, but it's a discovery, and it works with some people in other countries. So
Yes.
it's very good. And here's another point: sporting achievements. Lately, again, where their Egyptian teams in the Olympic Games are making great achievements and winning gold medals in different games and sports. So I think it's a team achievement.
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
What does
What about
Recording
you?
in progress.
Maybe we could go for something like drugs. Maybe it's a scientific thing. I think it's medical. Something medical. Yeah, it's medical, and I think number 3, medicines. We can choose drugs or antibiotic or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can put drugs or antibiotic, for example, or we can talk about penicillin in number 3. As
Yeah,
a
of course,
discovery.
yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. For number 2, I think something that we cannot live without is the
Okay, welcome back, my friends, to the main session. And let me talk about the second one, a basic scientific advance that we couldn't live without. And let me go to Abdurrahman Abu Wafa. Abu Wafa.
So we went for DNA.
And why is that, Abdurrahman?
Because nowadays it's really also high important, not only for one country, but for all the humans around the world. So DNA is really a great scientific advance. We have developed and enhanced that.
Thank you so much, my friend. And is it an achievement of one person, or is it a collective?
It's collective.
Collective, right?
Yes, for 2 people. The first one his name is James Watson, and the second person name is Francis Crick. And it was they invented or they discovered this at 1953.
Okay, interesting. Right, let me go to Hana El-Assal. Hana, what about the discovery of an important cure or medicine? What did you put there?
Okay, so I picked the discovery of antibiotics, which was actually by accident by Alexander Fleming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's very important at the time because there were so many diseases that couldn't be cured except for antibiotics. So I think it was like the discovery of penicillin like completely changed the world. But I think some people would say like currently it's the COVID-19 vaccine. But I think penicillin had a bigger effect on humanity than the vaccine did because, you know, there are so many diseases like from bacteria. So I think it has a wider like effect throughout history.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Who's for this one? Outstanding leadership in a period of crisis. Mariam Bastawisi, yes, Mariam?
So for this one, I wrote Martin Luther King.
And can you tell us why?
Because he was the leader in the time of trying to have like rights for African Americans, and he was trying to end discrimination against African Americans and the rest of slavery that was imposed on them. So he is very famous in the American culture for that, for standing and having a voice and giving them voices and being heard and so on.
Wonderful, love that, thank you. We're going now to listen to some people talking about achievements. So let me show you this coming task. Let me share the screen. And if you look here, we have listened to 5 people talking about achievements that they find amazing and answer the questions. So we have 5 people and they're talking about achievements. And all what you need to do is to listen to those 5 people and answer those 5 questions. But you need to answer those 5 questions about each speaker. And in order to do that, I prepared this chart for you. So on the other page of the handout, you have here this chart. We have achievement, the category. What do we mean by the category? The previous categories we talked about. Is it artistic achievement? Is it engineering? Is it sporting? Like that. And then we have the reasons. You need to listen and write the reasons, agree or disagree. And then more arguments, most, and decide which is the most amazing achievement and which is the least amazing achievement out of the 5. So let me ask my friend Mariam Bastawisi. So Mariam, how many speakers are we going to listen to?
We're going to listen to 5 speakers.
Yeah, very good. And while listening, what do we need to fill in?
The achievement, the category, the reasons, if I agree or disagree, if I have more argument points, and then I have to choose the most or the least amazing achievement.
Good, lovely, jubbly. Good, thank you so much. So I'll send you first this handout to your WhatsApp group. Let me do that. Now you have it, my friends. Now let me play the recording. Just give me 1 second. Now, I'll test it, and I want Shinoda, when the voice is okay, tell me it is okay, right?
Module 5, recording 2.
Is that okay, Shinoda?
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Fine, let's go then. Please, everybody, mute, okay? Mute yourselves so that you don't interrupt the listening. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Module 5, recording 2. 1.
One thing that I think has really made a difference to people is running hot and cold water. And as basic as it sounds, I think that, I just can't imagine now being able to, get washed and do the washing up without you know, I think it's amazing that we have that constant supply of hot and cold water just coming through our houses.
2.
I think one of the most important technological developments in recent years has been the internet and the difference that it's made to people's lives, not just in communications, but for example, I do all my banking now by internet. I used to be terrible for paying bills and paying checks into the bank and things like that, and now I just sit there and front of the screen, tap away and get it all done without any of the legwork or the writing letters or anything that I used to do.
3.
One person that I really admire is Steve Redgrave, the rower, and certainly the greatest Olympian ever to come out of Britain. He has won 5 gold medals at consecutive Olympic Games, and I think his not only his ability but also his personality is an inspiration for everybody. What makes his achievement even more admirable is that he was diagnosed with diabetes during his training, but he's battled on and he's been a role model for many, many people.
4.
One achievement I find absolutely amazing is the construction of Stonehenge, because the stones were moved several hundred miles from somewhere in Wales to where they stand, and no one really knows how they did it because it was about 3,000 or 4,000 years ago.
5.
I think probably the most outstanding leader I've ever heard of is probably Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. The British Empire was at its height. It was the most powerful empire in the world, and he brought it down. And not only did he bring it down, but he did it without the use of violence. You look at how governments operate today and how regimes and empires are destroyed, all using violence. I don't think anybody else has ever brought down such a massive empire without the use of violence.
Now, okay, my friends, please raise your hands if you would like to listen again. Okay. Right, so let's play it one more time and try to complete the chart, my friends. Okay, my friends, right. Now, what I want you to do, I'll send you to breakout rooms, this time with different partners. I want you to help each other complete the chart. So if you missed something, your friend can complete it for you. And also, try to agree on which achievement was the most amazing and which one is the least amazing. That's a personal opinion, right? So let me send you to breakout rooms. Let's do that.
Recording in progress.
So I guess, yeah, it's computer.
Yeah. So the figure it's a machine, right?
Yes. Yeah, invention.
Okay. So the reason is?
Yes, go ahead.
To have hot water in winter, I guess.
Yes, okay, supplies or provides houses with hot water, which is needed in period of winter. Yes.
For washing, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So all of us agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to number 2.
Okay. Okay, I think
Internet.
Internet. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So the category is
technology.
Recording in progress.
He won 5 gold medals. He also has good ability and a good personality. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have anything to add for those things that
yes,
we
I
have
heard about Steve McGarry that he what was diagnosed by diabetes? What was
he had a diabetes, and he was like a role model that he's a sportman, and he also had like an issue with his health. That's why this was good.
I think what made it an achievement that it moved 700 miles from Wales to the current location.
And I think that it was 3,000 or 4,000 years ago.
Years ago. So yeah, it was not a time where moving things was easy, you know. Yeah, this is it. This is the one Abdurrahman is showing.
Yes. Stonehenge. Okay.
Yeah.
Another stone above them, like right above them, like two stones and one stone there. This is a construction which is very famous of Stonehenge.
Absolutely, we agree. It's creative.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, now my friends, I'm going to give you feedback on this through the script. So I'm going to send you the script of what the 5 people said. Read it and check your answers. Okay, here you are. So that's the script, and we have 5 people. Now, while reading the script, I'll play the listening, so you can enjoy also while you're checking your answers and listening to the pronunciation. So let me send you the script first to your WhatsApp group.
Module 5, Recording 2. 1.
One thing that I think has really made a difference to people is having running hot and cold water. And as basic as it sounds, I think that, I just can't imagine now being able to, get washed and do the washing up without, I think it's amazing that we have that constant supply of hot and cold water just coming through our houses.
2.
I think one of the most important technological developments in recent years has been the internet and the difference that it's made to people's lives, not just in communications, but for example, I do all my banking now by internet. I used to be terrible for paying bills and paying checks into the bank and things like that, and now I just sit there and in front of the screen, tap away and get it all done without any of the legwork or the writing letters or anything that I used to do.
3.
One person that I really admire is Steve Redgrave, the rower, and certainly the greatest Olympian ever to come out of Britain. He has won 5 gold medals at consecutive Olympic Games, and I think his not only his ability but also his personality is an inspiration for everybody. What makes his achievement even more admirable is that he was diagnosed with diabetes during his training, but he's battled on and he's been a role model for many people.
4.
One achievement I find absolutely amazing is the construction of Stonehenge, because the stones were moved several hundred miles from somewhere in Wales to where they stand, and no one really knows how they did it because it was about 3,000 or 4,000 years ago.
5.
I think probably the most outstanding leader I've ever heard of is probably Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. The British Empire was at its height. It was the most powerful empire in the world, and he brought it down. And not only did he bring it down, but he did it without the use of violence. You look at how governments operate today and how regimes and empires are destroyed, all using violence. I don't think anybody else has ever brought down such a massive empire without the use of violence.
Okay, my friends, here we are. Right. Good. So, now, after checking your answers, any questions for me? If you have a question for me, please raise your hand. I'm here to answer your questions. So, everything is fine? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Good. So, let me show you this coming task. Let's have a look at this. And let me share the screen, my friends. Look at this. So, and it says here, match the following useful language items A to J Where are they? Here. A down to J. And you need to match them to the two headings in the following chart. Heading number 1 says, talking about a general achievement. And heading number 2 says, talking about the achievements of a particular person. So that's what we need to do. So we'll just take the items from A down to J and match them to these two headings. So let me do the first one with Summer Hamdi. Summer, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Summer, when we say just imagine life if, will that be talking about a general achievement or talking about the achievements of a particular person?
I think it's about general achievement.
I agree. Yeah, good answer. So we will need to write A here. So that's all. This is what I want you to do, my friends. Okay, just match. Okay, so I'll send you first this task to your WhatsApp. Now you have it there. Please, once you finish answering, raise your hands using Zoom application. Okay, my friends, now let me send you to breakout rooms. I want you to check your answers together. Let's do this.
Yes, I did it for just wait. I will get to the headline. Yeah, talking about achievement of a particular person.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree too.
Particularly in the sentence, I don't know. So what do you think?
I think it will go with a general achievement because he didn't mention
Someone in particular, yes, a specific person. Yeah, I agree with you. What about you guys?
Can you see the word particularly? Maybe it's a sign.
I don't know. So I said it's a bit tricky, you know?
Maybe it's a sign to put it in a particular person.
It's a trick. Maybe it's a trick. We don't know for sure. If it's a trick or it's a sign for us to put it.
Now, welcome back, my friends, and let's talk. Right. Now, here we are. Let me share the screen. And talking about if we didn't have, our lives would be. What do you think, Asma Abdul Azim? Is it general or particular?
It's general.
Yeah, I would go with that, Asma. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to C. His or her achievements have really changed the world. Shireen Murad?
I think it's particular.
Thank you, Shireen. Thank you much. Right, let's go for D. I really admire the way he or she. Let me go and ask Sumaya Hamdi.
Yes, this is the second program. It would be an achievement of a particular person.
Yes, I agree. Thank you, Sumaya. Now it is time to get ready for our speaking task. Now let me display the coming handout. Just 1 second. And look at this, my friends. We have here, you're going to talk about an achievement you find amazing. Either choose from the ideas you discussed in the preparation stage, or think of an idea of your own. It could be the achievement of someone you know personally, rather than a great leader or writer. So it doesn't have to be someone great or someone very famous. It could be a family member. It could be yourself if you think so. It could be, any of your friends. It doesn't matter. Then, after you choose this achievement, I want you to start thinking about these 3 main points. Point number 1, some factual information about what the achievement is, including dates, statistics, etc., that you happen to know. And then you move to point number 2, which is the influence or impact that it has had. And point number 3, why you find it so interesting or admirable. So then you have two things to do now. Number one, you find the achievement. You decide, you choose the achievement. And then you cover these three areas about your achievement. And remember, when you're preparing that, you have some useful language that you can use, my friends. Right? Good. Now, let me give you some time, but let me first ask my friend Ayman Abdullah. Ayman, how are you?
How are you? Yes.
So you will be doing two things, Ayman. What is the first thing?
The first thing is to choose one of the invention or achievements or a person. Yes, maybe yourself or even any person in your family or somebody who's famous that you choose.
Good.
This is the first thing.
Lovely. What is the second thing? What do you need to cover?
The second thing is to mention like 3 points regarding to the achievement that you choose. Some factual information like dates and statistics and things like this. The influence or impact that they had. And also why you find it so interesting or admirable.
Good. So my friends, I'll give you a couple of minutes to prepare yourself for the talk. Take your time. Off you go. Raise your hands once you're ready. Okay, my friends, now let me send you to breakout rooms. And what I want you to do is to discuss your achievements with your partner and tell your partner why you have chosen this achievement, and also make sure that you ask your friends, why have you chosen this achievement? Why you think it's very important? What kind of impact it has had on people and all that kind of stuff. Let's start, my friends.
Okay, so the person I know who made an achievement, she is my mom, of course. She made an achievement for being the Mother of the Year twice in a row in 2018 and 2019 also. And also she managed to raise us both, like 2 boys and 1 girl. And also, like, since my dad passed away like 8 years ago, she's still doing what she's doing in a very remarkable job, to be honest, as a mom and also as an employer, because she was also working in the Ministry of the Education, and she got promoted twice. Like, come on, that's really an achievement that my mom made, and I'm so proud of her. So I will be speaking about my mom, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, that's great. Yeah, keep going. Go ahead.
Yes.
So why do you find it like admirable?
Like, to be honest, like these days, to find someone, despite of she's being my mom, despite of this, but to find someone who's really a great at the house, like raising kids, despite of this hard living that nowadays we all have, but this person is still giving love and giving care to the house, and also this person is really perfect at her job. So to find someone who can make both of the things at the same time, which is a really good thing to do, to be done from the beginning. So
yeah, sure.
I haven't read. I've read it many times. I've heard it many times.
Actually, following on what you said, I think Rosa Parks. You know that the black lady on the bus.
And even as a woman, that was more difficult, you know. So she's more inspiring in this.
Yes, I actually find Rosa Parks even more inspiring than Martin Luther. Like Martin Luther is the most famous of the movement.
Yeah.
But I think she I cannot believe someone would do that. Like, she is so inspiring.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe someone, imagine if you live in a society, like, nobody thinks you are worth anything. Yeah. You're basically a slave to them.
Yeah.
And you stand up for yourself. And you get arrested for it. But you still stand up for it.
She didn't get the same support Martin Luther King got.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, she was actually arrested. So... Yeah, I honestly, especially for a woman, like, she's black and she's a woman, so like double the
double the suffering, you know. Yeah.
So I find her so inspiring.
Yeah, I find her so inspiring as well. And maybe why I mentioned Martin Luther King, because I always remember him by his speech. So his speech is kind of moving for me. So this is why. And you know, his voice, he said the speech and he has a voice and he has this kind of attitude. So kind of sticks in your memory. And what?
Motivates, and he motivates you, like
the motivation it has, and I think it still affects people until now because they still study it everywhere and they still talk about it when they study the movement or American history or whatever. But
and
I
like but like even though we still have discrimination to this day, like I think people like should look back and like learn from what he did because he's changed so much about what we know today. Like I think like we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, totally.
But because you know, even in Egypt, honestly, like we're all the same color. It's not like in Egypt, it's not like America where there are so many different ethnicities, but like we still see a lot of discrimination here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
but based on nationality, even if it's not based.
Recording in progress.
They are the person that you want to stay in contact with. Even if it's a very small contact, even if it's every now and then, but you feel like I need this person to be there because I kind of feel the material of that character is they are very rare and I want them to be around.
Yes, exactly. Like they give you the motivation, you know?
Yeah, so I had a friend like that as well.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask you.
She was also like a college friend and we don't meet that often because, you know, life and all. But she was a person who was, as we can say, has a very high level of emotional intelligence. And that for me was very inspiring and time is out. So that was done talk.
Yeah.
Okay, my friends, here we are. And I would love to listen to some of the ideas that your friends discussed, some of the achievements. So, Mariam Bastawisi, tell me about what some of your friends talked about in terms of achievements.
So, in the group I was in, most of them talked about people from their own lives, not like famous people and so on. And that was inspiring because they talked about characters they met and they kind of, for a period of time, they had contact with and they were close. And even after they are not close anymore, these people still had a good effect or positive effect on their lives. They can call them anytime they need. They give them support. They can rely on them. They think of them as role models and so on. So I found it inspiring how great people, they don't have to be famous and they don't have to be people everyone knows about. But for you, they can be great and they can give you a great level of motivation and inspiration, just like any other famous person. So I found that inspiring.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, my friend. So let me go to Rania as long as Rania is here. So Rania, what did people say in your group about achievements?
Okay, some of them talked about a special person, okay, like Mahatma Gandhi, and one of them, Mr. Muhammad, was talking about himself, that his achievement was a greater achievement for him. Not for it exactly, actually.
And what was the achievement he talked about? And
okay, he talked about his achievement as a teacher. Okay, he just moved from being a teacher at school. He moved to be a lecturer in some university in Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Okay.
And he got accepted and he became a lecturer.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Let me go to Hana al-Assal. Hana, can you tell me about one of the achievements that you discussed with your partners in the breakout rooms?
Yes, so we discussed Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. So everyone knows about Martin King, but nobody really knows about Rosa Parks. So she was a Black woman. She was on a bus, and during that time, Black people were not allowed to sit down if there weren't enough seats for the white people. So a white man came on the bus, and this was the last seat, right? So he ordered her to get up for him, and she refused. So she was arrested because of that, because she refused. She stood up for herself. So I think in that time, considering she's a woman and she's Black, standing up for herself, that was amazing. That was so inspiring. So I think Martin, like, he did not start the movement. I think she did, because people got angry because you know, one of them got arrested because she did nothing wrong. So that's what actually started the movement, in my opinion.
Interesting.
So I find her so inspiring, like being a woman and being Black, standing up for herself is amazing. So
yeah, I mean, at that time it was like, yeah, I mean, really difficult. Right, okay, my friends. Now, let me just display what you call it, a Word document. Let's just talk about some stuff quickly, and here we are. So, I heard someone say, wait a minute, yeah, wasting their times, okay, wasting their times. What's wrong with that? Raise your hand if you can correct it. There's something wrong with this. Amr, yes?
Sorry about that. I think wasting their time, not time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. His time is uncountable here. We're wasting time. Right, good. Now, another question, my friends. How do we pronounce this verb? Which is, I'm not going to say it. I would love to listen to it. Ayman, how would we say this one?
Spend.
Yeah, right. But actually, I heard someone saying spend. Well, actually, it's not a spend. It's spend, as Ayman said. Thank you, my friend. Now, another thing. I heard someone pronouncing this phrase, and I would like to check. How do we say this phrase? Raise your hands if you want to help. Abu Wafa?
The achievement.
Again?
It's the achievement, because the achievement.
Yeah,
I corrected myself.
Yeah. Well, in connected to speech, it has to be the achievement, because we know that there are three pronunciations. The three pronunciations for the. We can say the, we can say the, and we can say the. Two are weak forms, and when I say weak forms, I mean two are natural. They're used in conversation. So I would say the when there is a vowel here, like this one. So I would say the achievement, because this word starts with a vowel. But if I say something like focus, I would say the focus. The focus. I wouldn't say the, because this starts with a consonant. Now, someone might ask, Shadi, what about the? I mean, this kind of the long one, which is what we call strong form. I would say we just use it when we try to emphasize something. Let me check with Hana Al-Assad, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me examples?
This illustration or something is the reason I passed the exam or something like. Yeah.
Okay. And also, remember, my friends, those who watch WWE, the word wrestling entertainment, you know, when they try to introduce a wrestler, they say the heavyweight champion. So they say the. It's just because you're stressing and you're trying, you know, to make people interested and all that stuff. Right. Okay.
Dr. Shetty, can I ask a question about the first one? You said the achievement because it's a vowel. Does that only apply to British English?
No, it applies to British English and American English, as long as it is connected to speech. And when I say connected to speech, like you don't pause to think. If you pause to think, it is different. It is disconnected. But once you want to say it as one, then you say the achievement. Okay, so it has to go like that. And when I say vowel, I mean vowel sounds, not vowel letters. For example, if we say this, I would say the university, not the, because U is a vowel letter, but not a vowel sound here.
Yes, Scott.
So it's about sounds, not about what you write.